In this episode of Sailing Dark Angel, we cross Stocking Island in the Exumas to explore the most amazing beach I've ever seen, with nobody around. Splashing in the surf with and without a bikini is a blast, but work life doesn't wait, and Dave still has to service our Honda generator. If you like our videos, please smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. It's free for you and really helps our channel.
If you come down to Great Exuma Island, you'll probably end up in Georgetown. And if you end up in Georgetown, you're going to be across Elizabeth Harbor from Stocking Island. And if you go to Stocking Island, you have to go to this beach. Cross Stocking Island to the other side and come to this beach. It is miles and miles and miles of sand all the way down around the island. And if you keep going that way, there's a trail that goes up and over those hills, and it's an art trail or whatever you want to call it, and people leave like trinkets and doodads and artwork and stuff. But this beach is unreal. It's usually rough because prevailing winds are from the east, and so of course it's going to smash into this west shore. Easy for me to say. That one got me. On the other side, you feel undertow.
Watch out! Watch out!
Oh.
I'm missing most of my baby.
That one rolled me right down the beach.
Oh shit, that's a little violent for me.
Okay.
Like, holy fuck. That's a little wild.
Oh, yeah.
I've always loved playing in the surf, but this beach is far more beautiful than anything I've ever experienced growing up. And of course, I'm using the term growing up loosely.
Just gotta get out a little bit past where they break. Now they're breaking behind us, more or less.
That was violent.
Oh yeah, a little violence.
That was a lot.
Oh, this is awesome.
A little bit of a rip tide.
A little bit. It's not bad yet, no. Don't turn your back on the ocean.
Don't do that.
It will sneak up and smack you upside the head.
I did that more than one time and it fucking smashed me down. Right to the bottom, and I literally had to hang on because it was dragging me back out.
Remember to swim sideways out of a riptide. Never try to swim straight out of it. But the rip's not bad here.
Bad.
For all the surf we've got, the rip isn't bad at all.
Oh, jump behind you. Woo!
The ocean trying to sneak up on me again. Oh, look at this one. We got a good one coming. That's a good one.
I'm diving in it.
That one had some undertow. This one will too.
Yeah, at some point I can't even touch the ground. That's how high the waves are.
Yeah.
That's not good, dude.
It's awesome. What do you mean it's not good? Uh-oh.
Oh shit, I'm diving.
Yeah. Comes another one. Nope. comes one. You can feel the different spots where the undertow starts to grab and rip it back out. This is called fun. Well, sinuses are cleaned out.
That's a lot of energy. It was a lot to do that.
Most of the orifices are actually cleaned out.
Oh yeah, it was amazing. It doesn't look like much, but go in.
I had the wrong GoPro. Got the slippery handle on this one and no wrist strap. I still got it. So Lisa chose this spot and it's a really good spot. There's rocks over here and rocks over there, but in the middle is sand straight out and the waves are breaking nice. There's not a lot of rip. Did they go back in the water?
I was thinking about going back in the water naked.
Okay.
I need to rest for a few minutes because that was a lot of energy.
Yeah.
It takes a lot because you have to, like, when the wave is cresting, you know you have to dive into it or else you're going to get like tumbled all the way in. So it's like, screw that. So you dive into that wave so that you could just come up on the other side and go, whoo, missed it. But then you watch your mate going blah, 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 because he's trying to get
this
you on.
This is called fun.
But that's because he's trying to get you on, you know, record you. I felt so bad. Oh, yeah. Oh, I make it.
There's usually about 400 boats at Georgetown when we get here, because we're usually here at peak season. Right now, there's maybe 50. It's really cool. Believe it or not, when you're putting out a video a week, YouTube is pretty much a full-time job. So this is how we celebrate when we get the video up on time.
Woo! Well, I did like 5 minutes ago. Woo!
Getting off the beach is easy. Getting back in, that's the challenge.
Then there too. So much fun.
I guess sometimes it is that kind of party. The stuff you run into.
Oh no, oh it's really.
What do you think? It's small. Think it'll fit? I don't think the style's gonna fit you. So, in actual fact, we're first part of May. Hurricane season starts June 1st. So a lot of the American boats have to head north because their insurance says they have to be above a certain latitude by June 1st. So Georgetown is really clearing out. And instead of the 400 odd boats that are generally here when we're here, like April, early May, it is cleaned out. Like Monument Beach has like 20 boats, generally has about 200. It's very cool.
We're alone.
Nobody here but us chickens. So there are some tracks on the beach, but there's no people. The tide's really low, and this is a gorgeous place. You get here, you get down here to Georgetown or Great Exuma or whatever, you got to come across the least docking island and see this beach. This is stunning. It's all shells. Lizard trail. Where'd he go? day at the beach all day.
Yes.
Oh my God, that smells good.
Done.
I'm going to do an oil change on the generator, but in the meantime, Lisa's going to take a look and see just how shallow we are right now. If you look at our depth gauge, it says it's 2.6 feet from the bottom. We're on the bottom at 2.1, but as I pointed out before, our gauge is way up here, and the beach is back here, which means the tail of our boat might even be shallower than that. I'm going in instead.
Yeah.
I got my bikini on.
Well, you didn't take a shower, so, and I did.
Well, it's not June.
What?
I'm on the bottom.
Here. Let me go see. Straight back.
So it's a little shallow, and now I got to do an oil change, and I'm all wet.
Change out your bathing suit bottoms. See? Hold right straight back.
You can see where the water changes color. That's where it gets deep. Like this yacht out here is in about 25 feet of water. This guy's in about 20 feet of water. We're in under 3, but it came up to here on me. I'm 6 feet tall, so it's about 4 feet deep.
Yeah.
We're fine.
So what are you doing today, Captain Dave?
Get my oil changed.
Woo! Hot. Where are you going now, Captain Dave? Oh my God. I start filming and he just disappears. God, how am I supposed to do my job?
One of the things I love about the Honda generator is that there's an app that is with it that tells you how many hours it's run and when an oil change is due, all through Bluetooth. And it's just one screw that you take out, which is locked in place, and you've got full access to the air filter and to the oil change. And unlike the Honda, unlike the Yamaha, the oil dump has a lip on it that allows you to dump the oil straight into the pan instead of all down the inside of the machine. On the Yamaha, there's no lip here, so when you go to dump the oil, it just pours all inside. But of course, we just got waked, so I've dumped some on the deck. On these little engines, there is no oil filter. You can see that oil is very much due. Look how black that is. It's nasty. Another feature I like is when you go to fill this, there's actually a slant to the dipstick tube, to the filler tube, so that when you put the funnel in, you can tip it up a little bit instead of on the Yamaha where it's straight down and you're trying to get oil to flow horizontally, which it doesn't do real well. So that oil we will put into a used oil container and then dispose of it properly when we get back to Florida. I'm not going to dispose of it here because here they just burn it, so with the rest of the trash. So I'll take it back to Florida and we'll dispose of it at a fuel station.
What type of oil is that?
This is just 10W30.
Okay.
And it's synthetic blend. It's good oil.
Outboard oil.
Yeah.
4-stroke.
Well, we got it for the Yamaha engine on the dinghy, which is great. I love the Yamaha outboard. It's the generator I'm not keen on. It doesn't use a whole lot, obviously. So I tipped it over to empty it. Don't tip it back to fill it because you'll overfill it. And I'll take the dipstick. Needs a little more.
The color of water is so blue it hurts my eyes.
It's crazy.
It makes it look like a green screen.
Oh, we do have a green screen.
Not on the boat, we don't.
Not on the boat, though. I believe we left that with Anthony. Green oil is very hard to see.
Is it in yet?
Yeah, I'm done.
Done.
The next thing that needs to be done is the oil filter needs to be bathed, or the air filter, I mean, sorry. The air filter needs a bath. Like older cars back before the 60s or so, these little engines use an oil bath air filter. So you got to wash it out, and then it uses a thin film of oil to catch contaminants as they pass through the filter. And again, the screw is locked in place, so you're less likely to drop it. And then there's a 2-piece filter. We just take this out, wash it with soap and water, give it a little oil bath, and put her back in. So I've washed these in warm soapy water and then patted them dry. And now I'm going to let them dry in the sun a little bit, make sure I've got all the moisture and definitely all the soap out of them. This is the primary air filter. You can see it's much more open. Secondary air filter. And between these two foam filters, that's what's going to keep the dirt out of the air in the engine. And the other thing we're going to do is clean the air filter housing. So we want to make sure we get any dirt, debris, oil, any scunge off of there. We don't need any of that being pushed back into the engine when we put our nice clean filters in. Looks like new. Now it's been sitting for a few minutes, fairly flat and calm, so I'm going to recheck the oil level to make sure it's right. And when you fill the oil, it should be to the top just before it would overflow. And that's why if you tip it over to fill it, you're not going to get an accurate measure. So just fill it just before it's about to overflow. That looks perfect. And we put the oil filler cap back in. Wipe up any excess oil. And now when the oil filters are dry, we'll re-oil bath them and reinstall them. All right, so these are dry. They've been out in the sun for a while. So what we do is we want to get oil back in them. So I've put a little bit of oil in the bottom of this. And I'm just going to squish it right in there. You're going to get your fingers oily and dirty doing this, sorry. It's engine work. Engine work is oily.
Don't get oil in your eye.
So I'm going to put a little bit of oil in there. We're going to make sure we get it all through the oil filter nice and smooth. You want to make sure you have enough oil in there that it's going to trap whatever contaminants are in the air in the oil and keep it from passing through the filter. So then we're going to take a fresh paper towel or a rag, whatever you use. I use these disposable shop rags because I don't like storing oily rags on a boat.
A little dabble, do you?
They like to catch fire. So then we're just going to take all the excess out because excess oil in the filter will make the engine smoke. And smoking's not healthy. So we discourage it. So the more open weave primary filter, the more closed weave secondary filter. Go back in your box.
Baggy box.
Go back in our nice clean filter housing. Be gentle with these filters. You don't want to tear them, because the tear will pretty much destroy it. So back in the housing, put the cover back on.
Approaching low tide. Can you tell?
Wait for us to bounce on the bottom.
I'm waiting for the bounce on the bottom.
Now you're supposed to use a slotted screwdriver for this, but it does have a crosshatch in it, and I'm Canadian, so I use Phillips for everything. Actually, Phillips is American, never mind. If it was properly Canadian, it would be a Robertson. There's little rubber gaskets everywhere that hold everything in place so it doesn't vibrate out.
Excellent.
And then that goes back on. Do you remember snapping it all apart on the Yamaha?
Oh my gosh, it was such a nightmare.
And one of the little screws fell in the water. And after that, we had one. And there it is, ready to go.
All right, nice.
Now the next things that I have to do are to clean the exhaust
Port.
I forget what that's called.
It's an exhaust port.
No.
Are you a Star Wars fan?
We gotta clean the spark arrestor and check the spark plug next. We're not going to do that today. They're not quite due.
So?
Now, the next part of this is very, very, very important. So I'm going to put this away and put it back in position again.
And what are you doing there?
We have a cable that we use to lock it in place so that it doesn't go overboard. Whether it be by accident or with human assistance, we don't want it to go in the ocean. So I just lock it in place. And then our custom-made cover.
Thanks, Martha.
Thank you, Martha. Beautiful job on this. And it obviously gets some use.
You didn't put the thing in the thing on it. See, it's not in. You got to screw it in. You got to screw it in.
Is it in yet?
It's not. Put it in there. Get it in there good.
But it's really tight. I have trouble getting it in there. Okay. And
is it locked? Okay.
It's locked.
There we go. All right.
Now, the next part is extremely important.
All right.
The most important part of any chore when you're working on a boat is when you're finished, you break out your bottle of Kraken and you pour over ice. Nice solid pour. Yeah, a little more. Yeah, nice solid pour. Then you get your classic cane cola from Real Sugar, because this tastes like the Coke we used to drink when we were kids.
The real stuff.
The real stuff. Mix it up in the proper proportion after you've made the water nice and carbonated with your soda stream. And now you take this and you wander up to the bow and enjoy your sundowner. Oh yeah, let's move on to the next one.